Look at this, the ice is nice and it's melted slightly. Chunks was not too happy. You could tell his back was getting all furried up because of the larger dog over there. So I tried to keep him close because he's not good with being challenged. He will take the challenge and accept it. So I work on not allowing that to happen. It's just other people don't know dog language sometimes. So you have to just do your due diligence and know your dog. Know them well. Seems cold. Well, it's actually not that cold. It's decent out. Beautiful day for a dog walk with the doctor. I don't know what I know. I like that name. That's a cool name. So yeah, we're at this dog park. Pretty nice. We're walking on the ice. Thanks. Thank you. Dr.chunks is my most favorite animal. And I just always want him close, right? Because they're protective. They're good dogs. He's an American Staffy pit bull terrier. We can see by the marks on his head, like he got bit a couple weeks ago right there. He's about 5 years old. What do you mean you have one dog left? What do you mean by that? You had more than one dog before? He has a few scars too. Yeah, Dr. Chunks, he gets attacked a lot in the park. That's why he has all this stuff on him. So I just do that for his protection. It keeps down on the vet bill. My other dogs died. Well, that's terrible. As long as they lived a good life with you, that's always a plus, right? I plan for Chunks to live till he's 25. That would be pretty amazing if I kept him alive for that long. One of them was still a puppy. Oh, that's unfortunate too. Do you know why the puppy died? Just curious. Oh, he got ran over on accident. That's shitty. I've actually witnessed something like that happen before. Where a lady I was hanging out with had a little dog. She was running all over the place with the dog, not leashed. And this dog got really attached to me and was following me everywhere. Now, the shitty part was, like, one time I ended up going out to my van and I turned around and the little thing, like, this is like, you know, it was smaller than my head. Like, it was a tiny dog. And I told her, I said, listen, you gotta keep your dog on a leash because sometimes I can't see this little thing always around me, right? And she's like, oh, don't worry. And I'm like, no, seriously, Leah, you gotta keep the dog on a leash because it was following me everywhere. And I went out to the van and it was sitting in the road, like behind me, right about there. And I saw it wagging its tail, all love and life. And I grabbed it. I'm like, listen, you gotta keep the dog on a leash. And So the second time I went out to the van, the thing followed me again, but I had closed the door behind me. I don't know how it got out. It did the exact same thing. Except this time, it got clipped by a car. It pinched the side of the dog, and the surgery was going to cost like $4,000, so they had to put it down. I felt bad, but like I tried to grab it. It was like from me to those rocks right there. See that pile of rocks there? I didn't have enough time to grab it, and the car just went messed it up. And that was the end of that dog. It was terrible, but like, you know, unless you know your animal, like mine, he's all the way over there. I use my whistle tool. I may not need to. He's basically signaling me to go to where he's at. He's like, I want to go over here. See, he's right by that tree. There's the doctor. He's coming back. Yeah, Dr. Chunks is an outside dog, but he's always wherever I'm at. What kind of outside dog is your dog? Chunks is an American Staffy Pit Bull Terrier. Look at this beautiful view, ladies and gentlemen. But it's not really cold. I think it's like 4 degrees. These are golden retriever and something else. Huh. Why is he an outside dog? Does he not listen? I don't know what I know. I like that name. Look at the dogs up there. Just running. Having a time. There's Chunks. So much fur in the house, yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the tumbleweed in the house, that's for sure. But see, that's the beauty of a dog like Dr. Chunks. Is he doesn't really shed much. Like, I know a lot of people get those, like, Labradoodle poodle-like dogs. You know, Labradoodle poodle-like dogs. Not a fan of them. You know, to be honest, when I ended up with Chunks over here, he is a fast runner. He is pretty fast. He will run you down if you let him. But before I ended up with Chunks, this beautiful animal here, this most gorgeous thing I've ever seen in my life, I never actually wanted a pit bull. You know what kind of dog I wanted? I wanted one of them bull terriers, the one that hockey legend Don Cherry used to have with the nose. They kind of look like a little rat dog, but they were a bully breed. I love the fact that every time I looked at somebody who had that dog, I'd always laugh. I'm like, a dog that can just make me laugh because I can look at it is a cool dog to have. And I wanted one of those. And then I ended up with Chunks. You see, look at him, he's socializing. I know he can socialize with these dogs. The thing is, they're going to chase him now because he has his nuts. They're like, oh my God, it's a real dog that still has its balls. So it's kind of funny. You can see his tail is wagging, so he's totally fine with those dogs. They're wagging their tails. Chunks is loving life. He's just running. And he is fast. Even though that's him just casually running. When he runs, he's quick. He's taking out my friends. Like when we're walking kind of thing. My other buddy we're almost shoulder to shoulder at one point. And we're walking and I said to him, I was like, bro, don't get so close to me because Chunks likes to like rip between me and whatever. Maybe it's like he likes to feel the wind in his hair, I don't know. And he's coming. This is the signal I use to distinguish me from a park full of people. He knows where I'm at all times. And if I put my hand down here, he'll stay close. Look at him. Gorgeous animal. Oh, you saw a homeless pit bull. We took it home and found it outside. Like a teddy bear, yeah. They're the best dogs. They are so amazing. Well, to be honest, you have to be kind of well trained yourself, in a sense, like creating habits for your dog in order for it to listen to you. There's no such, well, I can't say there's no such thing as a stupid dog, but there's definitely a dog that's not trained well, for sure. Most times, children, if the parents have issues, the kids will have issues. If the owner has issues, the dog will have issues. So I feel that a dog sometimes is a reflection. And you know what? I can't even use the word sometimes. All the time. Like, so many people tell me that Chunks is just like me. And I'm like, there's no way. But then I watch the way the dog socializes in the park. And I'm like, well, he kind of is like me. and what I mean by that is, like, when I see him play with other dogs, he's kind of antisocial. And to be straight up honest, even though you're watching this live, I'm a little antisocial too. I'm to myself. I don't have a lot of friends in my life because I'm working on my goals. And not everybody's going to want to achieve the same goals as you. So there's only one way to achieve those goals: put your head down and get her done. And the interesting thing was, when I ended up getting Chunks, see, he's not listening now, right? He's just like, like a kid. I couldn't hear you. Watch. Oh, he heard me now. Oh, I'm so happy that the most gorgeous animal that I know in the dog park heard me. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought I was whistling earlier. Oh, but I didn't use the other whistle. Oh, okay, that's my bad. Where are you going? I'm still like walking here. I need you close. I need you so that nothing dangerous could happen to you. You wonder what dogs think? Chows. You know, it's funny. That was the dog that got run over. I don't mean to laugh, but it was a little Chihuahua, super barky. But you know, it was kind of like a nice little dog. You know, it's not not a dog I would pick. You know, like I said, Chunks wasn't one that I picked. You know? I didn't pick Chunks. Chunks picked me. And the story behind Chunks is literally it was my roommate's dog. And he had a dog before Chunks. And that dog's name was Jax. And the dog ran away. And the one guy who lived with me said, if a dog has a good life, it's not going to run away. If the dog doesn't have a good life, of course it's going to run away. It makes sense, right? And so the dog ran away, and then somebody had posted a flyer saying that they found the dog. We told the guy who owned the dog, hey, somebody's got your dog. And he just was like, meh. I'm like, yo, are you going to go get Jax? And he's like, meh. So after seeing that, I was like, what do you mean you're not going to get your dog? Like, what's wrong with you? And Jax was basically an American Staffy, just like this one. But the guy was messed up in the head. He didn't deserve to have a dog. And I saw that, and I was like, you know what? My Doberman had just died a couple years before. And I was like, I don't want another dog around or in my life because I wanted to like live my life a little bit differently and not have to worry about a dog. And I told him, I was like, no more dogs in the house. So then like 2 or 3 weeks later, I'm not exactly sure, he ended up showing up with Chunks, the most gorgeous animal alive. And I remember when he walked through that door with the dog, I was like, that's going to end up being my dog. I don't want another dog. I don't want another dog, I said to myself, right? And I knew that if I started hanging out with this dog, it would end up becoming mine. And so I ignored it for like almost a month. It was a long time. I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't look at it. I wouldn't talk to it. And then, here, I'm going to hand to Chunks. And then the guy was calling the dog stupid. And I'm like, you're an idiot. What do you mean stupid? He's not stupid. And so you know what I did? I'm like, I'm going to prove to you that that dog is not stupid. And I never had any interaction with this dog until like the day before when he started calling the dog stupid. I pet it once because it started barking at me because every time I came into the house, I literally ghosted the dog, just walked by it. It would try to like sniff me and I'd just like keep going. So when I walked into the house, the dog starts barking, rah, 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 rah. He's looking at me like that, just the way he is now. And so, the next day, Buddy's calling this dog stupid. And no farther than he is now, I was like, I'm going to show you that the dog's not stupid because he obviously didn't know how to train dogs. And I didn't know either, but I knew that, I know that the dog is smart enough to know sign language at least. And so I think he was like 5 months, 6 months old, somewhere around there. Like he was pretty brand new. And I grabbed him and I pushed his bum down to sit. And I put him like in one spot. Let's say the spot is where Chunks is. And watch. Wait. Alright. He's sitting. This is what I did. Watch. I'm going to show you. This is all I did. Buddy's calling the dog stupid. So this is part of the story. Watch. I looked at the dog and I sat down on the ground and I was sitting with my legs spread out. I looked at the dog, I pointed at the dog and I was like, and you see how he started, except when he was a puppy, he came running with his ears flopping and everything like that. And I said, you see, the dog's not stupid, you're an idiot. And yeah, I probably shouldn't say that on the channel because people get all offended and stuff. But hey, you can't have the blind leading the blind. It just doesn't work. Unless they have some kind of technique or skill that they're able to teach someone else in order, or another dog, to communicate with. So no sooner than did Chunks start coming to me, I proved to him that that dog is not dumb. And then one day he took off for work for like, I think it was almost like 3.5 months. Didn't pay his rent, didn't leave money for food, didn't no instructions on how to train his dog. I was like, who the hell leaves their dog and doesn't leave food or nothing? So I took it upon myself to take care of the dog. I was like, alright, well, the dog was with me all the time after that. And that's how I ended up with Dr. Chunks, the most gorgeous animal alive, who listens so well. Look at him, he's just running around. My dog made my dinner tonight. Has a dab in the kitchen. How do you make your dinner? That sounds hilarious. And there's Chunks. He always has dogs chasing him. See, this is kind of why he comes back to me, because he knows I want him close in case another dog attacks him. I have to pull them apart. I haven't been bitten yet, but there's been some incidents where, one particular one, where this lady, the dog came at me and Chunks came and kind of knocked it over. Which, understandable, right? Chunks is getting jealous and protective, you see? And then that dog got off and started, trying to fight Chunks. No sooner did he get up to bite Chunks, Chunks grabbed him by the neck and threw him on the ground and held him there. Right? Just, crazy story, but I'm laying on my back because I have, some leg issues. And if I have to do some strenuous stuff like holding two 90-pound dogs apart from each other to stop them from ripping each other apart, I slipped and I was on my back, and the lady's I don't know if you see that person in the distance, right back there. She was that far away from her dog, and then she's nowhere near her dog to control it, right? Can't even call it. She's like, oh my god, he's ripping him apart. And he's not, he's just grabbing him by the neck and holding him down. And it was kind of a puppy. And the lady's like, I'm gonna have to report you. I'm like, where the hell were you? You should be beside your dog at all times. Why am I having to hold the dogs away from each other from killing each other? Right? Chunks is well trained. And after I grabbed Chunks off, I pulled the dog off, and he wasn't attacking. Well, the other dog kept trying to attack Chunks. I'm like, get your dog, and I'm still holding her dog, trying to stop all this, right? And she's telling me, your dog's not trained. I'm like, look, my dog's right beside me, while your dog is still trying to attack him. So who's at fault? She's like, I'm going to need your information. She puts up her phone and tries to take pictures of me. Information, I'm like, there you go. Tell somebody who cares. She got all offended and walked away, but, I'm not saying my dog's an angel. My dog's well trained compared to 99% of the dogs I embark on in the park with him, right? He is an amazing dog. Look at this view, people. Check this out. Look, Dr. Chunks just running. Look at that. What a gorgeous day. He's just a very intelligent greyhound. That's how you can make your dinner, eh? A greyhound, that's hard to believe because they're so oh, look at this. Oh. Intelligent greyhound. I don't know, I love breaking ice. Let me break the ice between me and you guys. There we go, we broke the ice. See, he usually goes up this path, and look, there he is. He's like, this is the way out. Let's go. Do you think this will hold the weight of me and Chunks? Come on. He's like, are you stupid? Look at how hollow that is. Wow, that's pretty solid. That ain't gonna break. What about, oh, this is a good one. Right here. Yeah, I'm just playing around, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, with the doctor. Breaking the ice. Spring is on its way. Oh, look, there's some sheets over there. There's some sheets right over there. You hollow? I don't know. It's like a kid thing, right? This one feels like it's out there. Pretty solid. Let's go to this spot here. Pretty sure that'll break. It's a little deeper. Oh, you can hear that. Look at this, guys. Should I break it? Where are you? I'm in Alberta. Watch this. Look at that. Just broke that huge slab off. Yeah, I'm being a kid. Oh, what's in there? Oh, look at all the mosquitoes. See them? They're already starting to grow. Look at that. Under the ice. Oh, this is a good one. This one's even deeper. Just being a kid. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Working our way back. Where's this? Hey! I was talking to you. Most beautiful animal. Let me see. Oh, look at this guy. Is the hair starting to grow back on that little scar? Maybe. That'd be nice. I need you close. Thank you. Yeah, if I fell in. If I fell in, I don't think he's rescuing me. He'll probably kind of be like, okay, yeah, you do your thing, I'll do mine. Close! There we go. We have to go and finish finishing our job. And what's pretty crazy is how where I just was, the water will come up to here, so all the way from there. I always want him close because I don't want him getting into any altercations with any dogs. So here we are, coming getting to the end of our walk. Got a ways to go. But Chunks loves it. And I love it when Chunks is happy. That's honestly why I started this channel. I wanted to document all our adventures that we have together. And I wanted to see this dog have a smile on his face. One of my main goals. What does my dog eat? Oh, I feed him special. I feed him raw chicken, a lot of raw foods, but I also cook for me and the dog. And the interesting thing about that is it started with me buying him bagged food. Follow. Close. Close. There's a bike path here we're crossing, so I don't want to rolling out and getting hit by a bike. So he was eating bagged food, and he had all these allergies. You know, his nails were almost like bleeding, and he was itchy. His ears had all kinds of like wax growing in it and craziness, right? So I was feeding him that bagged food, and it was like $89 a bag. And I was like, this is insane. And I feed him 2 of those in a month. I said, what would happen if I took that bag food and ended up adding it to our grocery bill? And then I would make the sacrifice of changing the way I eat so that the dog could eat the meals that I cook. You know, because things like onion and garlic and a ton of stuff the dogs can't eat. So I sacrificed a lot of that. Hi. I sacrificed a lot of that in order to feed Chunks in a way where he can eat the same food as me. He can eat the same food as me. So that turned into this. Last 3 years I've been feeding him food that I cook. And like, I'm talking, this dog eats well. Like a couple days ago we had mussels, broccoli, cauliflower, with a quinoa salad and a bunch of stuff. And it's all good for them, right? The crazy thing is man, he's healthier than he ever was. That nail problem that he had completely disappeared. And his coat, like he doesn't have any allergies anymore. Well, there goes a shoe. Come. Come. Come! Let's go! Sorry. Listen. When I call you, you come. Sometimes you have to act crazy to get the dog to come. Right? I don't like it when he doesn't listen. So that's when I do that. It's rare that I do that. I just don't want... I could see he was sizing up the other dog. You can see, look at his back. See the hair? Come here. See all the hair here? It was kind of raising. And he was feeling threatened. especially when he doesn't need to feel threatened by a service dog. Come here. Follow. With me. So we start. Are you listening? Let's go. I need you to listen. So I started feeding him that kind of food. And he's completely fine now. He has no more health issues. His coat is shiny. His nails aren't red. And, it just makes sense. When you really take the time to think about what a dog would eat if it didn't have you, I guarantee you it's not going and getting a job, going to the store and buying itself a bag of dog food. 100% that dog is not doing it. I will bet you any kind of money. And like a kid, you see how he just kind of took off, even though I didn't tell him to go anywhere. I need you close. Let me see. And look at this. Husky's eyes. You're right. The raw diet is the best thing ever for a dog. Well, like I was saying, the dog's not going to go and buy a bag dog food. It's going to eat what it can find in the wild, and usually that's other things. Hair, bones, everything. Usually wild animals, they get all their nutrition out of the stomachs of animals that have already digested the food for them. I need you to follow, because you're not listening, so you're going to follow the whole way. And that's his punishment. So listen. With me. Close. Follow. I don't like punishing the dog. Sometimes you have to do it to get it in their head. But yeah, the raw diet is definitely a great diet for dogs. And it's a great diet for you if you start cooking a certain way for your animal. There's a lady pulling her dog out. Follow. Let me see. Yeah, no more freedom right now. We need you to listen. So yeah. That's my knowledge about the dog world from my experience, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. I'm so glad you guys have been watching. We're basically at the end of our walk. I want to thank those who are watching, and Dr.chunks, who's just wandering the park. Close. Follow. And there we have him. He doesn't like it. No. It's late in Scotland. I wish you could use your Scottish accent in text. It would be kind of cool. It's late in Scotland. Maybe I'm not doing it right. So, going to bed. Enjoy your walk with your buddy. Thank you very much for watching. You guys have a great night. Get some good sleep with those animals. And have a wonderful next day. Talk to you guys later. Come. See you.